Alright, today we're going to be playing Lords of the Fallen from 2014, not the brand new one. That one's not even out yet. I think it comes out in October? Something like that. I might have to do a few resets, because one of the trophies I don't have is kill a boss without getting injured. So when I get to that point, I'm going to save and then upload my thing to the cloud and retry it until it's done. That sounds filthy.
Fallen God, creator and destroyer of worlds, hear my vow. Hear my vow. My vow of defiance.
The monastery's ahead. I wonder if it is still safe.
Either way, our quest for Antanas nears a conclusion.
I hope he's worth all the men we've lost on our way here.
We made it. Let's get to work. It's quiet. Too quiet. Even for a monastery. Hold on.
These things keep coming. We fight back, but there are too many of them. It is sickening to see them move. Their limbs twist and turn in ways they're not supposed to. fire and death creeping up your nose. One of the creatures we were fighting spat on us. The saliva hit my eye. It burned, and it burns deeper into me.
Mighty Antanas, my findings on the most important principal judge assassin are indeed a track of hatred and vengeance. It appears he must have loathed the act of physical struggle as much as he hated the Roga itself. Thus, he wished for his fights to be short and lethal.
It is in me, and it is changing me. My skull. The bones are moving, growing. It does not feel like poison in my veins, more like liquid darkness. We have seen with others what happens next. Eyesight goes first, then follows sanity. Brother William, Brother Peter and I won't let the disease take us. We will choose death before it chooses us.
Dear Father, the fires on the horizon, they are spreading towards our village. I beg you, be careful. Something evil is happening. I can feel that. You can always seek refuge here, in the monastery. Whatever happens, Antanas can save us. Please, please, be safe.
Mighty Antanas, as requested, I have been seeking the origins of the powers that the principal judge cleric possessed. Unfortunately, the only records I found indicate nothing more than the fact that his physique was the weakest of all three. And because of that, he had to find a way to gain an advantage over his enemies.
I've found a key. What are you waiting for? Open the door. I could use some help. Here, this might be useful.
cock gobbler gonna fucking shield bash me every single time. It's getting a little old. I love that I just attack through this guy like half the time. He's gigantic. I think I'll just do the kill him without getting damaged thing on my third playthrough. I'm just not vibing restarting right now.
What was that? One of those lords Kaslo keeps talking about.
I think I missed some kind of like stat reallocation item the first time I played the game, which is kind of unfortunate. So this time I'm gonna try to find it. I guess there's like a hidden door behind a banner. And it's locked
Soon
by a
after
key that's
banishing
also
the god,
kind of hidden.
The three men that were known as the Judges parted ways forever. Apart from their common goal, they were very different in every possible way. 3 statues were built for them on the square of the Judges, displaying the distinct paths they had taken. These statues hold a secret, as if it were their heart, but it is retained by the stone. Only the Shard of Heroes could make that heart beat, and only an unearthly force could tear it out.
What exactly were the Lords? They wielded powers beyond our understanding. They fought fiercely, and they blindly followed the god. Anyone who tried to talk to them, or reason with them, failed. The Lords did not come for discussion. They came to serve their purpose. To lead the Rogar army against the humans.
We can't stand against such forces much longer. We must find a place to hide. A place with walls and soldiers. Mighty Antanas, we will be on our way. Please prepare for a few dozen refugees.
Seriously, this game is painfully slow with some things, but this build is best for murdering shit efficiently, so it's like, guess we'll just have to deal with it. Alright, we need to put this shit here. Meow. You little slut. yeah, I'm also chonky. My equip burden is pretty high. It's almost maxed out. So that's part of it as well. I think that's all there is down here. I might be wrong though. Excuse you? I love how much I miss. These enemies just fucking walk right through swords like half the time you play this game. It's really annoying. But there's still fun aspects to it. I don't know. I think I'm gonna wait to see what happens after the hype train is over with that game, because like after playing this I was like, why are people excited for this new game when it's obviously gonna probably have some like similarities with its predecessor, which is kinda slow. But some people have said like they expect the newer game is gonna be like faster or whatever. So I guess we'll see what happens. I'm not super concerned one way or the other. Especially like if a game comes out that seems good, and there's nothing else that comes out around it, like I'll just usually get it regardless. Because I'm like, I don't have anything else going on, so I'll be like, you know, I'm just gonna have to play it and find out for myself. I could swear you could get into like a later game dungeon from here, but maybe I'm hallucinating. Yeah, I think I have to... Oh, here we go. Just missing that switch, I guess. Yeah, this game was free, like, because the new game was coming out and it was getting all this hype, I was like, oh, okay. Well, I might as well play the first one, because, you know, it's free on PSN. I must have added it to my library during whatever month it was given away. And I was like, I didn't realize that I'd had this in my library for so long without ever touching it. It's kind of funny, but this might actually be the first game that I've actually beaten of the free games that's come to me on PSN. I just usually already have the game that comes out, or I just don't find the games that are given away for free to be all that interesting looking, so I was kind of like, yeah, it's alright. It's basically Dark Souls, but not as good, sort of a game. But yeah, if you don't like being slow, you should be the assassin. That's like the green magic set. I heard most people dislike the blue magic set as like defensive. And this game isn't seeming like it's meant to be played in a defensive way, so I was like, yeah, that doesn't seem like my cup of tea. Oh, that's cool. It's probably one of the higher tiers of PS Plus, though. Like, they've been doing that shit a lot lately, where they're like, oh yeah, you'll get this game for free, but only if you pay for the version of PlayStation that's like double the cost. And I'm like, you know, that's not really what I was looking for. Because, like I said, most of the time the games come out and they're like not my cup of tea anyway. I need to look at this guide and figure out where the fuck this thing is that's free or whatever. Yeah, I don't even see it listed in this guide. So I'm like, where the hell is it? Maybe I get it later. Let's see. There's a hidden area I can jump to from the rubble. Oh, you know what? I think it's up there, maybe. Well, I guess we're about to find out if that works. Oh, yeah, there is like a little platform there. Oh, sneaky town. I did not find this the first time I played the game. And now I'm like, why isn't it speaking the lore bits? Because, yeah. I didn't change my sound stuff, but I guess it is what it is. Alright, Shard of the Heroes. Yep, that's the thing I wanted. Is this gonna kill me if I fall down here? Doesn't look like it. Alrighty, I think I got everything I came here to get. I just needed to get that item for trophy-related reasons. Wow. Alright, let's get the flock out of here. But yeah, the collision detection on hitting enemies is pretty bad. It seems like the follow-up game, it's not going to be the exact same game, it's going to be like set 1,000 years in the future to this game's events or whatever. And then, what else? I don't even remember what I was saying. So it's not going to be like the same monsters and maps and things like that. It's going to be pretty different. And I guess they said that they took a lot of feedback from people that said that this game is too slow and like all the other issues that they had with it. So hopefully that means that they made a better game this time. But you never know, right? Guess we'll find out when I play it someday. But yeah, I already don't even like paying for PS Plus. Most of the reason I'm usually paying for it is because, one, if you stop paying for it, it like starts over, to my understanding. So like all the games you added to your library like disappear. I think they changed that semi-recently. But it's not like you can go get the premium subscription model and then like add everything to your library and then like, you know, play those at your leisure. You have to have it activated for the premium games, so. And I don't know. I usually buy like 1 or 2 games a month, so it's like, I know there are certain rules with certain things. Like, I know when the PS5 came out, they gave you like 20 games to add to your library by a certain point in time. And those were to like keep forever. I think it just depends on like whatever the promotion is at the time. Maybe I'm wrong. But most of the games that they've released for the premium version are things I would rather play on an emulator, like PS2 games and PS1 games and stuff like that. I didn't even really like Uncharted, to be honest. But yeah, I don't usually like to play collectathon games like Ratchet and Clank and fucking Assassin's Creed and all that bullshit. Like, oh, go collect the 100 feathers, collect the 90 of this, collect 80 of that. I'm like, no, I'd rather get punched in the face. And then you get like some trivial reward for collecting them all. I'm like, that's not happening. I'm not interested. Thanks, though, for developing something that's a huge waste of time to probably most of the people that play the game. Why is this guy not talking? Anyways, we have to chop his arm off because he got bit by a spider or some shit. And he didn't suck the poison out in time, so... because he's a dipshit, I guess. But yeah, he upgrades our potions later. But yeah, it's like ironic that he was harmed because he's the healer for the area. I think you have to give him a potion for him to stay alive, so we gave him a potion. Yeah, like a lot of the people that are really good at fighting games, they play those games for years, so it's not easy to just jump into that stuff. Like, you'll just get bitch slapped into infinity if you're trying to beat people that are like competing and shit. Like, they will just wipe their ass with you. Yeah. There's just some games that I don't like, fighting game-wise. Like, it seems like, honestly, most of those games have moved to a model where, like, you have to basically be perfect if you don't want to get fucking murdered by people that are good at the game. And I'm just like... and there's so many, like, complex things. Like, there's usually, yeah, again, they're not talking for some reason. This guy just asks us to find some symbols. It's just a... whatchamacallit, a side quest. He gives us that Guide of Antares to mark them or something. I don't know. But that's why I usually, like, when I buy a fighting game, I'll buy it, like, right when it comes out, and I'll play it immediately. And you just kind of hope that there's enough stuff that's different from the preceding games in the series that you don't, like, end up already being behind because other people already have the basics down because they haven't changed anything really. So it can be a little tricky. Little tricky. Okay, I did open that door. Let's go down here then. I know some games have like a system of like AI that tries to determine like the kinds of opponents you've had in the past and the kinds of opponents it will pit you with. But again, like the earlier you start a fighting game, the better. Because if it's something that's already super well established and you're just starting at rank 0, like some of those people get bored and like do a fresh install and like you can port your like cloud save or you can put it on a USB stick and then people that are really good will be like behind some noob looking account and bitch slapping people just because they're bored or whatever. Because a lot of the times when they have those like ranking systems, like it's hard to find people to play against because everyone's so much, like those kinds of players aren't on all the time, so you just basically are screwed. Like you'll just be sitting there waiting for 10 hours for someone to play. So it's muy complicado. But yeah, like, a lot of these games too I've seen, they have like a casual like situation, and then they have like the ranked matches. So it's kind of all over the place with these online fight your buddy games. Where the heck is there, like a lever or something? Meh, we'll find it someday. I'm also not really paying very much attention because I'm chatting. So I'm like, whatever. We'll find something someday. I could have swore this had like stairs going downward further, but maybe not. Ugh, I can't go that way. It's driving me nuts. But yeah, because a lot of those games like Soul Calibur and Tekken and what else are there? There's all like the ArcSys fighting games too. Like they all just kind of build off of the stuff in the prior games. So like if you just start a new game and you're not familiar with like the mechanics of the series, like you're gonna be in bad shape too. Yeah, like I didn't really like the fighting games for the Persona series because they're very like technical. Like, I feel like in those games you can't really button mash and, like, get away with stuff. Like, you have to, like, actually engage with all the various systems. Yeah. Like, there are a lot of, like, combo extensions and, like, cancel counters and, like, special moves that you can do when you have a certain gauge filled and yada yada yada. So, like... And again, those games are all like, they might seem like they're one-off situations, but they're ArcSys fighting games, and all of those, even though they're all kind of like across different platforms and different titles, like those all build off each other too. So like, if you're not a fan of one of those fighting games, you're probably not going to be a fan of any of the other games they put their name on. Yeah. I know they're not necessarily something I look for in a fighting game. I like the Soul Calibur fighting game series the most. I liked Tekken 3 specifically, but I didn't like most of the other Tekken games. I don't know why. I just was probably bored as a kid, and that was just the one I got from my parents for Christmas or something, and because I didn't have a job and like the ability to like, you know, just buy whatever I wanted, like, I mean, I'll probably play it if it's free on the offline mode and like maybe do some story mode stuff, but I probably won't play it online. Tekken is probably one of the most difficult series to get into for playing online with other people, in my opinion. It's just harder to compete in that space. Because it's, again, those games build off each other, and people have been playing them for decades. Even if, like, the new game comes out, a lot of the problem is, too, influencers will get the fucking game early, and then, you know, by then they're already so far ahead of normal players, like, you're just fucked. So, it's kind of a pain in the ass. Yeah, and like shit like that too, where like certain people just get early access. I'm like, if you're in the competitive space, like it's bullshit that that's something that they allow to happen. But I mean, a lot of developers now are using those closed betas and stuff to make changes for like the patches and stuff before the game comes out. So I mean, it's good that they like care about their players' feedback, but it's not necessarily good that they not enough is gonna be changed on that day one patch to make it so like it's fair competitively for people that had the game like early versus people that didn't have it. It's, you know, that's just the gaming environment now, is like some people get shit for free and early, everybody else doesn't. But what I really hate about that, as somebody who, you know, does stuff on YouTube, is like the first video to explain like a complicated series of stuff that happens, like in an RPG, like maybe a side quest that isn't like, you know, one of those games that points you to each individual thing. So it's like frustrating when like I get a game the day it comes out and somebody already has like the entire like gameplay uploaded to YouTube, every side quest, every freaking like hidden item, every piece of ultimate equipment, like, and then they have all these videos up before the game even goes live. It's like, what the fuck? Like, I know like some publishers have done things like limiting what was I gonna say? Limiting how much content you can post, but it's not always the case. I don't want to get knocked in that hole. Where the fuck did you come from? I thought I already killed you. I have to watch for those like EXP things, because some of these enemies like come back to life. Which is not nice of them. But it happens. I mean, if you have a platform, the developer is going to give that game away for free, because all those people that, you know, watch your platform, they trust you, and they know they're going to get more sales if they give early access away like that to certain people that have that audience. So heck, a lot of them will even give games away to people with barely any audience at all now. It's kind of insane, but it's kind of like one of those things where if you do it for like one person, you kind of have to like do it for them all. Otherwise, people will be like, oh, that's not fair, and blah, 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 because of those early content upload type situations. So it's just all a clusterfuck. It's just a clusterfuck. Mortal Kombat has always been like a very technically impressive game. So like you can't just be a noob and like walk into that scene. You need years to like get on those people's levels. Like that game is not an easy one to learn, in my opinion. Like there's so many things that are not explained in that game, like the timing of like extensions and things like that, that the only way you're really gonna learn it is if you go into practice mode and try it like over and over and over and over again. And it just gets kinda old for me personally. Like sometimes I'll run into a move that I just cannot get to fucking pop for any reason, and it just, I'm like, fuck it. Like, I don't want to mess around with this anymore. It's gotten to be too much of a pain in the ass sort of thing. Ah, this whole place is so freaking it's like designed like they wanted to do like From Software like linked levels, but they did such a bad job because everything looks so damn similar that you just like constantly are walking in circles getting lost. Like they really could have done a lot better of a job with this game on the level design. But they didn't. So, yeah, no. That's why I was like, I don't know if like a bunch of games are gonna come out that I know I'm gonna play in the same month as this game, then I'm probably gonna be like, I don't really care. I'll wait for everyone else to decide whether it's good or not, and not, you know, get stuck with the early adoption fee that anybody who buys games first is privy to. Like, there was this YouTube video I was watching the other day that was, like, talking about you shouldn't ever pre-order a game because you're just essentially, like, giving money away for free if you don't have some insider knowledge and know that you're gonna like it. Because so many games now will just fucking release in a shit state and be practically unplayable or not have all the features that they promised. And it's like, I'm paying a premium rate when if your game gets enough bad press, I'll be able to buy it for like fucking $10 used from people that hate it on eBay or like Amazon or whatever. So it just really, really blows that if you're like one of the first people to buy a game that you can get burnt by these developers that just don't give a shit about their reputation and just drop games like, no big deal, we're just gonna drop it. Even though it's broken. Yeah, like some games do redeem themselves. Like Final Fantasy XIV is a good example of that. No Man's Sky is. Probably Cyberpunk 2077 is like viewed as not as shitty now. So did Halo Infinite ever get better? I never heard anything good about that. Like Fallout 76, same thing. I've never heard anyone say anything good about it. But yeah, I know like gosh, his name is not hitting me off the top of my head, but like I know there were some like shitty cash grab Metal Gear games that were like that as well. So but yeah, I mean like Final Fantasy is guilty of it too. They've made like, oh, it's a Final Fantasy game, but like it's not part of the mainline series, so it might like diverge wildly from your expectations, or just maybe low budget garbage. All of that stuff happens. Yep. Oh, but what I was complaining about, I don't know how I muted myself, that was weird. Is like, that guy hit me for like a very tiny amount of damage and it like interrupted my attack, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, somebody gives me a paper cut, I'm not gonna fall on the ground and be unable to do whatever it was I was just doing. Do you know what I'm saying, motherfucker? There's a sword and a dagger. Is there an axe? I think I need to use this when I'm in a boss fight later. Or maybe was it this boss fight that I was supposed to do that on? Oh yeah, I was supposed to do that there. Oh well. I'll probably have to do that on a different game. I kind of figured I might run into stuff like that while playing live that makes it difficult to like pay attention and all that good stuff. Yeah, I think I went from like Tekken 3 to Tekken 6. And just so much shit had like radically changed that I just wasn't even interested in the franchise anymore. Like, I don't know, it just didn't do anything for me. I think with Tekken 6, they started having bosses, like, to beat the story mode be like ridiculously hard. To the point where it was like, for a player like me, the only way I was gonna beat it was dumb luck. And it just really turned me off from Tekken in general. I'm like, just let me fight one of the, like, characters or something. But have, like, a difficulty that makes sense for different kinds of players, because I was only wanting to play it casually because the game was, like, really, really cheap. Or on sale or something when I got it. And then, like, I just remember getting to the end boss and it was, like, 10 times harder than the difficulty of the other fucking characters. And I'm like, this is just stupid. It just really pissed me off. And I was like, I'm done. I'm all set. Thanks, though. Fucking jackasses. Yeah, I'm not the only one. I remember, like, Googling, was there, like, a way to cheese this boss or whatever? And people were like, nope. They just made this really, really difficult bullshit. You either learn his 87 different moves, wind-ups, and his various 97 different ways that he cheats, or, fuck you, you're dead, sort of thing. Which, not my cup of tea. But yeah, I think that boss you're talking about was the one that I remember. And I think it actually, like, fucked Tekken's, reputation for a little while among, like, the more casual game players. You can't just fucking... Oh, you can only see the ending if you want to kill this super hard boss. And then, if you want to see multiple characters' endings, you're going to have to do it multiple times, and whatever skills you learned to beat it the first time are not going to be particularly helping you very much with a new character, so, like, it's just so obnoxious, like... Because I remembered, like, wanting to see, like, the story endings, because I was like, oh, I like 7 or 8 of these characters, and I want to see, like, what would happen if they won or whatever. And it's like, oh, but I'm not gonna find out because I don't want to kill this fucking guy 8 times. I barely, like, killed him the one time, and then I was like, fuck this, I don't want to play this game anymore. It sucks, because they difficulty gated all the fucking endings behind a douchebag boss that, like, fine, you can put that bullshit in your game if you want, but, like, make it something that isn't required to see endings. Don't lock all your content behind it, because that just pisses people off. It's just utter garbage. And I don't honestly know if they learned from it, because it's just soured Tekken's reputation for me. That and the, like, highly technical people, like, when you play online, it's like, I don't know that this is my speed. I just don't think this is my calling. And what I really like about the Soul Calibur games is they usually have a very, like, extensive story mode with all kinds of different challenges that are in there to, like, help you play the game better. And it's not just some boring-ass practice mode. You, like, actually unlock stuff. And then it's like, oh cool, I have all these costumes now, so I can make my character in the character creation thing, like, ultra ridiculous, which is a lot of the fun of that game, in my opinion. What the hell? Why won't you die? And why am I oh, it's that goddamn archer. That's what's fucking me up here. Gotta pay more attention. Oh my god, all these fucking dickheads everywhere. Okay. Wow, I love that every single one of your attacks makes it impossible for me to fucking move. Jesus. Like, could you imagine, like, a burglar comes at you from behind trying to stab you in the neck? And, like, you just stop moving because, you know, he, like, nicked you or something, and this guy's fucking wearing armor. Like, the fact that I get, like, stun locked to the point where I can't move is just utterly ridiculous in a game like this, where it's supposed to be, like, skill, you know? Hard but fair sort of thing, but yeah, I can't move because I'm stuck for 8 hours because there's 2 enemies. It's bullshit. These shielded enemies are especially ridiculous. I used the rage spell. I was supposed to have infinite stamina, and then it just runs out sometimes in like a quarter of a fucking second for no reason at all. And then other times it'll stay active for like the full 30 seconds like it's supposed to. Like, there's so many things in this game that were just utterly broken and designed terribly that it makes what could have been like a really good experience for anybody who's into like the Souls-like games just a fucking slog. Like, it's so bad because I was watching this dude do a tutorial on a boss, because this boss was like fucking so hidden and was required to be that like some people just gave up playing the game because they couldn't fucking find it. Because they don't give you a map or a mini-map or any hint or any clue where this fucking boss is. So you're just wandering around like these two labyrinths that are connected by like a jump that you might not like think that you could actually jump over. So it was just so bad. Like when you hear a fucking guy like making a game guide being like, this game fucking sucks, like Jesus Christ. Like, that's not good. That's a sign that you need to reboot your series. So hopefully like the 7 or 8 years that it's been since they released their game or whatever, they learned a lot of hard lessons. Because they really pissed off the community with this game, which is probably why it was given away for free, basically. Shocker. Gots to give that shit away for free when you make it trash. Really? I'm like in the middle of swinging my sword. This guy comes up to me. Apparently the force that I used to swing my sword is stopped because he like punched me. So then I don't conclude swinging the sword, and then you just get stun locked until you like walk away from the enemies. It's fucking stupid. If the new game is like anything like this, where they couldn't figure out how to like not have shit like that happen, then it's gonna be a really hard pass for me. So, like, it's rare that I'll return a game, but like every once in a while I'll buy a game that I'm just like, I don't care if I'm only getting half my money back when I return it. Like, at least I can spend that money on something else, something that doesn't actively piss me off. Returnal was good. I actually liked that game. I don't know why anyone would want to return that. Unless they just don't like shooting stuff, and normally I don't even like shooting stuff, but that game was just so fun and like addictive and mostly fair and not filled with a bunch of annoying fucking nonsense like this game is. Oof. Alright, so long story short, we can't proceed until we kill whatever's in the graveyard. Apparently it is one of the monster lords. I didn't even think Forspoken was that bad. I actually enjoyed playing that game. I think what they fucked up on irreparably with Forspoken was giving you the ugliest magic. Like, the first magic you get is this stupid, like, rock magic. And it looks really ugly. Like, that's it. That's how they fucked up. Like, you don't get any of the good magic until you're like 20 hours into the game. And by that point, you're just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is it? And then you just get bored, and then you don't want to play it anymore before you realize that you can unlock all this other really cool shit. That's annoying. Those stupid enemies knocked me out of that, like, altar, which keeps you from getting one-shot, basically, by that stupid fucking move that that boss has. Which is just utterly unfair. Like, no move in a Souls-like game should fucking one-shot you. Especially when the boss you're fighting has fucking 4 health bars. Like, it's just, shit like that just pisses people off. And they would have known it if they'd done any fucking market research whatsoever. But I don't think they did, actually. Why? Unlock from him, you stupid fucking game. I had to press the unlock thing 3 times for it to function properly. Like, okay, thanks, game. Yeah, this time I'm just putting you in the dirt, fucker. But a lot of people complained about the game using in like a overused tropes, like the fucking British assistant trope, where there's like some person from America and then their assistant is some British person. They're kind of like placed together to juxtapose kind of like different kinds of humor to like have a more broad audience. Like, it's basically like pandering to the fucking Doctor Who set, like, which I don't get why anyone likes Doctor Who at all. It's fucking abysmal story-wise. None of the actors are that good, and the effects look really cheap and shitty, and it's just been going on for so fucking long. It's just utterly ridiculous in my opinion, but I'm not a big fan of sci-fi in general, so a lot of people get pissed when you're like, I don't like Doctor Who. They're like, oh, you must not have any taste for really poorly developed British television. And I'm like, damn, Skippy. Like, my tastes have changed over time, but sci-fi is always just really, like, under-explained nonsense. And for someone that has a degree in science, it's like, you have to, like, do a better job of wish-believing your nonsense into reality with me. Otherwise, I'm just gonna think you're lazy at writing. Like, oh, you just have to accept all these advancements in science, or all these fucking magical powers, or all this other bullshit at face value. And I'm like, no, I don't. That's just lazy writing, and I'm not interested. Like, right off the bat, for the most part. Like, you've already fucked up with anybody who has half a brain in their head. Like, you're making some trash, and I'm not interested. Like, if you can't justify why all this shit exists in at least, like, a topical way, other than just accept this for what it is sort of thing, I'm already bored. Like, oh yeah, just accept that this is fact. No? I don't even do that in my real life, especially when I come up against stupid fucking bosses and other kinds of low-grade morons that should not be in a position of power. No. It is not my fucking prerogative to believe whatever Fantasyland bullshit you came up with without justifying it to some extent through the plot, through the characters, through people's actions, etc. Like, you gotta have a fucking reason, or I'm not like, really? That's all you could come up with? Fucking magic exists, LOL. I'm too stupid to figure out how it might work. It's just, there's too many things that utilize those same premises. It's just bad writing. Like, forever. And anyone who disagrees with me is wrong. That's the thing about opinions. They can be wrong. Oh yeah, I have to push the fucking button. Push the button! Or the monster won't come out of the cage! Yeah, quantum dildo. Like, I can't even with all those stupidly named, boring, troped, filled with garbage. It's just always some fucking lady in a titty suit. Just some whore with titties who's not good enough of an actor to make it into a movie. But they'll put her in that fucking B-rated garbage because, well, her career can take that hit, I guess. Give me titty lady, or give me nothing at all. And I guess it makes kind of some sense, like, I feel like the demographic for these shitty Star Wars and Star Trek movies and stuff is a bunch of nerdy guys that are virgins. So they have to put the titty lady in all their fucking garbage. Oh, it's the lady with the titties and the onesie. Like, no self-respecting person alive would ever wear that outfit. Goodness. I can't even pick this fucking item up because this game is so fucking stupid. You have to be like a certain amount away from the item to pick it up. Like, why? Why? Just why? So goddamn annoying. I need like 100,000 EXP to level up. That feels a little bit bad, man. Because, like, these enemies are giving me like 1,000 EXP per pop. And I'm like halfway through this game. I'm like, I'm never gonna level up on this fucking New Game Plus because they didn't give the enemies enough experience to be worth even killing. Shit is annoying. Alright, let's level up some spells, I guess. Since I had those items, I should use those too. Fucking Titty Whores, the TV show, with bad writing extravaganza. Oh, the Quezop aliens have fucking tails that allow them to read your fucking mind, or some fucking gay bullshit like that. And I'm gay, so using the word gay as a negative, like, you know it's really bad at that point. Like, your show is hot garbage. Like, I was watching The Orville, which kind of makes fun of these shitty space-themed TV shows that just won't seem to fucking go away for some reason. And I was like, actually amused by it because they're pointing out, like, these are all the stupid bullshit tropes that they fucking put in this kind of garbage. Ugh, it just makes me want to puke. Puke on a hooker. Hooker puke. That's what they should name the show, too, because it's just fucking garbage. Some girl that's an 8 in a titty outfit because she can't work at Starbucks anymore. Like, She's fucking sold out, kids. No longer will she toil away for $15 an hour at the coffee store. She's gone out there and made something of herself, getting $300 an episode to be in a vacuum-formed titty outfit. Shit's ridiculous. Alright, open the fucking portal, dude. Why'd you free me from prison? 'Cause we need guys that fight the evil fucking shit that escaped into this world. Just, what are they? Who cares? I honestly don't know what any of these people are talking about on my second way through this game. It doesn't seem to have a coherent plot. It's just, there's some vague evil fuck that's unleashing shitty bullshit into the world, and we need to go kill him and all his buddies. Like, that's the laziest fucking writing on the planet. Somebody was, like, saying this game had lore, and I was like, are you drunk? Because I didn't see any that I thought was any good. It's not like Elden Ring or Dark Souls, where they put, like, a huge amount of, like, the storytelling into the environment itself, into the item descriptions. Like, why did these kinds of people use this item? Why does this fucking place look the way it does? Everything is thought out and explained, should you wish to go search for it in a Dark Souls game. In this game, they're just like, Dark Souls, that's why, bitches. It's like, it's just not good enough of a reason for me to give a shit. Kill the naughty guy, because he's a dirty fuck. He wants to fuck Space Jesus or some shit. I love that I ask this fucking guy, what are you? I don't fucking know. I don't abide by mortal reality of men. Like, what are you doing here then? I don't fucking know. I just am. I'm part of the fucking universe, and I'm missing my crystal. And even though I'm some fucking cosmic douchebag that can float, I can't find this crystal myself because I'm a lazy piece of shit that will only stand here until you talk to me for the rest of the fucking game. Like, goddamn. Some bullshit. Some fucking bullshit. What am I even doing? Why am I talking to this fucking guy? I think I already have all the best equipment in the game, so he can't really help me that much anymore. If at all. Oh, just a fucking 100,000. Just get the fuck out of here. That's like 100 enemies to kill without making a mistake and dying. Like, oh, I'm looking for something. I can't find it myself because I'm a lazy piece of shit. Like, so you must be the one that goes out into the dangerous fuckhole to find me some stone tablets so I can interpret some cosmic fucking language so that, I don't know, so you can unlock some of the game's best loot. It's just so lazy. Shit be lazy as fuck. Fucking Doctor Who. I can change bodies, that's why I'm a woman sometimes, or a black guy, or either way I'm usually annoying and British. I have a fucking cosmic douchebag machine, but it's a telephone box. Which, oops, we didn't think cell phones would ever exist, so we have this antiquated bullshit that seemed like it might always fit into reality, but actually doesn't. Because sometimes, not even sci-fi people can figure out that other technology might be invented someday. Worst fucking CGI effects ever, by the way. They're always like 10 years behind what's actually available in reality. Because they're cheap. Spending the least amount of money possible to give you the most tepid, boring fucking products that could come out of their fucking stupid brains. Garbage. I like Doctor Who. No, you don't. You're a liar. You just don't want its annoying legacy to go away. It's been going so long, we just can't stop it. That would destroy the fabric of space-time. You could actually make that a Doctor Who episode. And people would eat that shit up. They'd love it. Like, what kind of mechanism is this? This is a fucking rock with more rocks, just rocks everywhere, with the fanciest fucking lever handle ever seen, somehow stuck in the wall. Am I to believe that this stone is like hollow and has like gears and mechanisms in it? Like, it's shit like that. You don't just dump things in video games without thinking about how they get there. Unless you're just a prick. Fucking assholes. Yeah, just fucking aliens. That's why. Fucking magic. Magical fucking aliens. Jesus. George R.R. Martin would get fucking murdered by his own fans if he wrote something that puke-inducing on one of his pages. They would tear him to shreds and drink his blood and pray to Satan that a new George R.R. Martin takes his place to finish his goddamn long-awaited 6th book. But for some reason, Doctor Who fans are like, yeah, the most contrived nonsense of all time is completely acceptable for writing. I'm like, ugh. You talentless fucktard should throw yourself in a volcano. At least that would be semi-interesting. Fucking assholes. God damn it, everything's fucking locked, the video game. This is how you know a game has been padded, when there's a bunch of fucking arbitrary locked doors everywhere for no fucking reason. The aliens, like, I don't know if they're even aliens. They're just fucking cosmic evil creatures or some shit. They can carve out this temple with all this ornate bullshit, but all the doors are locked, even though everybody's dead. Like, how did anybody, like, get out of this building if all the doors are locked? And, like, this is another thing I hate about this game. Every fucking building is a fucking circle. Like, and you just don't know how to escape it because there's so many stupid fucking obstacles in your way for no reason, like those rocks right there. Or, like, why? Why is this here? This doesn't need to be there. Why is... Like, I can get over there. It's just, fuck you. They just put it there to piss you off. This game sucks. Now I want to punch someone in the face. Preferably one of the game designers. Fucking Chad Hammer, whoever the fuck his name is. Oh, it's a fucking circle. I hope you like circles. Everything's locked. So dumb. I want out of here. Let me out. How do I get out of this shithole? Why? Why is everything designed like this? Fucking Jesus Christ, it's so annoying. Guess I'll just go back the way I came. Sweet Satan. And this is not the first time I've been lost in these rooms. You'd think I'd, like, memorize some of it by now, but it's just all done so goddamn poorly. With so few, like, interesting or eye-catching, like, things to, like, break up the monotony of a bunch of carved stone bullshit. And in a game where you don't have a dedicated jump button, you should never fucking force anybody to jump in that game, in my opinion. Platforming. In this game, get the fuck out of here. 400 EXP. I think that's how much those guys were worth on the first run of this game. And like, it's Dark Souls mimicry. It's supposed to make the enemies, like, harder, have more intense, like, AI, and give you better loot and experience per run. But it doesn't really feel like they've done any of that. I think the first time I got to this area, I was like 20 hours into this game. And now I'm like, I don't know, an hour and 10 minutes into it, and like... And the speed runs for this game get done in like 30 minutes too, which is kind of wild. Who the fuck is closing all the doors? This mindless, crazy guy is just like, oh, I'm gonna close this door behind me, because reasons. For some reason, I pushed the button and then nothing happened. That's what half of this game is, honestly. I pushed block, but it didn't work. Oh, I pushed attack, but it didn't work. I pushed all kinds of shit, and sadly, none of it worked. Here's some more lore. Never mind, it's an ancient plate. It is a quest item. It's kind of weird, like, how would this guy in this, like, barren shithole even know to pick that item up in the first place when there's so much other trash polluting the landscape of the game? It's, like, so random that, like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna pick up this ancient plate because I need it for reasons. Like, there was another item that I was like, what the fuck? Like, you cut the tattoo off of a dude that you just murdered and, like, kept it as, like, a fucking keepsake. I'm like, without the quest even being active, I'm like, how does he know to do this? Like, it's just bad writing. Very bad writing. Shazam. Is this how I got in there? I'm still stuck in these two fucking circular rooms because, like, where the fuck am I supposed to go? In a circle. You just gots to goes in a circle, kids. Did I go up here already? I don't remember. Like, why is that like that? Bad game design. It just is. It's there for reasons. Never you mind what those reasons are. Us, with all our infinite knowledge as game developing nerds, put it there because reasons. Yoink. And now they're gonna force me to make a diagonal jump to go to the other side of this stupid thing. Jesus Christ. There's no jump button though. Cause LOL, fuck you, that's why. So dumb. Like, who would think to, like, do a diagonal jump across the way there to, like, come this direction? Nobody but anybody who's exhausted all the other options that came across their fucking brainstem. Like, if your game can be beaten quickly and it's good, just embrace that you made a good game that can be beaten quickly. Do not fucking pad the game. You fucking cocksucker. Ever. Nobody likes it. So you can put 40 hours instead of 20 hours or whatever on your marketing materials. Like, you've impressed no one. You've merely pissed off and wasted the time of half the people that played your game. And a lot of them will just stop playing it before they finish it. Just look at trophy, like, data. It's so wild to me that, like, 10% of the people that, like, put the fucking game in their console or, like, start playing a game on, like, Steam don't do something as, like, nefariously simple as, like, get through the first tutorial the game offers you that gives you, like, that congratulations bullshit trophy for no reason. Like, who be buying video games and then not playing them? I just can't fathom that. So I do not have an infinite supply of cash. That's not how I choose to live my life. God fucking damn it. Did I somehow open this door magically? Because I feel like I've ran around both of these places for quite a while. Like, what did I even do that opened this door? I have no fucking idea. It's open now, though. We did it. We fucking did it, kids. We opened a door. I'm pretty sure I attacked you first, but whatever iframes you have during this attack just completely stopped me from being able to hit you for some stupid fucking reason. Just everything you do, like I can't do anything. And I'm so goddamn slow, like... God, they had to make you do this much damage, because... like, nobody playtested this fucking game. Or if they did, like, whatever corporate fucking stooges that evaluated that critical feedback decided to ignore it because profits or some other stupid reason. Let's tank the reputation of our barely emerging game studio because we don't want to make a viable product. Then why the fuck did you get into this field anyway? How is this guy punching me, preventing me from swinging a fucking sword, by the way? Oh yeah, my sword went right through that fat piece of shit again. You can't get in there. There's a fucking mystery hieroglyphic. Just every enemy that, like, jumps, they pretty much almost always just jump on you and knock you over before you have a chance to, like, engage them. But then they'll just stand around for, like, I don't know, 30 seconds after they did their annoying attack, like, waiting for you to kill them. It's really bizarre. It's just not good. Knock, knock. It's also kind of funny, too, because you can use your gauntlet or whatever to get past some of these barriers. But, like, I can't get through it now for no reason other than the game is padded and you have to do certain shit before the game will let you in that room for some reason. It's just bad game design. Like, you couldn't think of a way to keep me out of there without putting some fucking untraversable gate. Like, it's like you start playing an open game and then there's like, oh, those rain clouds look really scary. We're not gonna go over there until we kill whatever boss has to die first before we're able to go in that direction. Lazy, lazy fucking game development. combined with shitty writing equals a bad fucking product. Oh yeah, okay. He just tapped me, which stopped me from swinging a sword. Even though I've already put the force into swinging the goddamn thing, physics just negated itself. Because reasons. Fucking bullshit, man. See what I'm talking about? Those stupid ass jump mechanics. Fucking all the enemies just jump on you to knock you over. And a lot of the enemies are wearing, like, stupid armor. Like these are all vital spots, like... But he's wearing, like, iron boots and an iron hat, like... What design is that? Like, why did he bother putting on all that armor if he wasn't gonna use it to protect himself? I just don't understand. No one can offer me a feasible explanation for why someone would do something that fucking stupid. The reason is probably because they went mad, and that's what they were wearing when they went mad. Well then why is this guy holding that shield? How does he know how to swing a sword? Also again, why is he basically some naked weirdo with a gigantic shield and his belly button showing? Like, why? Why some more? Jesus. Oh yeah, you know that room that you're already in? Oh, we're gonna let you back in there. The fuck is the point of that? One thing I really dislike too is, like, a lot of the doors in treasure chests will not allow you to open them unless you put in runes. But these runes are also used in your equipment. So let's say you go to the smith guy and you're like, I wanna, you know, turn all my runes into stuff that I can actually use in combat. Well, if you didn't keep a couple extra, for which at no point the game tells you that that would be something that you should do, like, you're just shit out of luck. You just have to go kill enemies, wait for their horrendous drop rate to give you a fucking rune so that you can open a goddamn door or a treasure chest. That is just cruel and unusual punishment / game padding nonsense. Fucking sluts. Bitch ass motherfuckers. Then all these game producing people, like, get all butthurt and get on the internet, like the guy who directed Final Fantasy 16. He's like, I'm so tired of all the shit that people are talking about my shitty inferior product, which is basically Devil May Cry for fucking babies. Then you have all these idiots defending the stupid lore in the game like it's actually some proven fucking thing discovered by Jesus of Nazareth in a fucking whatever cave he supposedly died in for 3 days and then came back to life from. Like, just shut the fuck up. That's all I got for you. Where? You don't like my entertainment product? I'm gonna fucking get on the internet and cry. Jesus Christ. That's some hobby you got there. I guess he doesn't drop anything anymore. Wompity. Why even put it in the New Game Plus version of the game if it's not gonna give me an item like it does in the first version of the game? Or like a powered up version of the same item or something, like, missed opportunity for sure. That's all that... I basically got, like, I don't know, 4,000 experience for killing, like, however many enemies that was from the last checkpoint. And then I suicide into a hole. Why not? Let's do it. Let's suicide into a hole. Why does he swing the sword this way? I just can't fathom. Wow, my sword went through that enemy, like, what, 3 times? That's really, really bad. That's really bad. It's not like the enemy even dodged either. It just does. It's not even like a game, like a turn-based game, where it even gives you like a, you missed because it has high evasion or something, like in Final Fantasy like 6 or something. You just can't hit it sometimes, regardless of the fact of your sword being through its fucking skull. Herp-de-derp. Yeah, more locked doors that will be unlockable later, but just not right now. Because your attributes aren't high enough is what it says the first time through the game. But yeah, that's not really why it's locked. Because, you know. It's locked by you have to kill X, Y, or Z boss first. Some other protocol. But honestly, like, attribute locking things wouldn't be a bad idea. Like, it's something that Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne had done. Based on, like, your build, it would have things that would suit your build behind those doors, but it's not going to give you everything, and you don't need the stuff that's behind the other doors if it doesn't suit your build anyway. Sort of a situation, but you can, if you must, go level up all of those attributes and get all the items if you really wanted to, but outside of just being a completionist, there's really no good reason for doing so. But it was intelligently designed. This wasn't designed by anybody that has a brain in their skull, for sure. The enemy just lifted me up with its jaw by my head when I'm wearing a fucking metal helmet. Like, probably the helmet would fall off. I don't think unless I glued my head to the inside of the helmet that it would lift my entire body up. Who knows? Just bad game-making decisions overall. But it's better than staring at the wall. That's for sure. Until a game that I do want to play comes out. I'm just not a big consumer of media that isn't video games for the most part. Like, oh my god. What is this crap? Okay, I pressed the lock-on button. I locked onto this enemy way over there that I didn't even know was there until I locked onto the wrong fucking enemy, because this game's a piece of shit. Like, what the fuck? I tried to lock on again. It didn't lock onto him on the first try, so I had to re-lock on. Jesus. Like, if you're gonna put lock-on mechanics in a game, they should be pretty much infallible. Like, they shouldn't fail to work. And they shouldn't lock onto shit that's nowhere near you. God damn. Okay. Sword went right through that guy. Wow, that was one of the rare times it actually connected on the first try. And this is a bizarre mechanic in the game too. So the tyrants can't be harmed unless you possess the tyrant heart that is related to that enemy in your inventory. But like, why should it matter where the heart is when it's using the heart to regenerate itself? Like, I haven't destroyed the heart, I haven't rendered it incapable of performing regeneration. But that's a mechanic in this game. Like, I won't be able to kill the tyrant that's up here without having first collected his stupid fucking heart. And like, why would that stop him from regenerating? Like, I don't even know. It's just something they put in the game like that. I sliced through him the first time. I guess he dodged. Like, look how gigantic this fucking sword is. If you're point blank range next to an enemy, like, and it doesn't hit, like, you've designed a game that sucks. Like, what have you done with your life? Like, clearly you didn't take enough coding classes to figure out how to appropriately, like, all that. I killed, like, what? 20 enemies for 7,000 experience? Like, I'm never gonna fucking level up. So ridiculous. And the experience that's offered by certain enemies as opposed to others feels really arbitrary. Like you might kill, like, a dog in one shot, and it's worth, like, fucking 10 experience. But it has the ability to jump on you and stop whatever you're doing whenever it feels like. And then you'll fight, like, a larger enemy that can pretty much kill you with one combo, and it'll give you like 200 experience. But other similar kinds of enemies will give you 1,000. I'm like, what is going on? Some of these things are equal danger. They should be giving you an equally reasonably high reward of experience. Plus, like, walking over this garbage train, like, at multiple points I was stopped, like, from continuing the direction I was moving by the garbage that's on the floor. And it really sucks when you're in the middle of a fight and that happens, because it usually, you know, it's like a death that happens to you that's maybe not really your fault. Because sometimes I can walk on, like, rougher looking terrain, but other kinds of rough looking terrain I cannot walk on. There's just no good justification for having that happen as a game coder, other than you suck at coding and punch yourself in the face. Sweet Satan. Like, yeah, it sucks to go over budget on a project, but what's worse, delivering something that's gonna undersell because it's garbage, and then gives you a bad reputation forever? Or, like, why can't I... Like, I saw the use thing come up and then it disappeared. One must pull a lever very carefully in this game, or pick up an item very carefully. God damn. If any of this is even remotely in a game that they want to charge me $80 for, fucking joke's on me, I guess, because fooled you once, shame on you, fooled you twice. God damn it, I should have done some fucking research. And, like, I don't even get an open prompt for this door. Like, it looks like all the other doors, but it just don't open. Because reasons. So ridiculous. And there's a lot of different kinds of weapons in this game. And it's just bizarre to me that they all kind of have different movements. And because they have different movements, they all kind of have different problems with hitting enemies. And it's like, did anyone fucking playtest this? Like, at all? Oh, apparently I missed this on my first time through the game. Oh. Usually when the timer runs out, yeah, the door will shut. Most of the time they have a lever inside the room, but this is the first time I've seen a room that just has like a different way to exit that you could not have entered through. So that's kind of some variety, I guess, of some kind. Maybe. Who knows? Oh look, a lore coupon. It's just an ancient plate. I picked it up because reasons. Like, I know that girl wants them, but we didn't know that when I picked up the first one, I think. Alright, buddy, where's your heart in a jar? Somebody really liked that song, Jar of Hearts, by that one lady who's no longer famous, because she only wrote, like, one good song and then disappeared or whatever. Oh, I guess she did write that stupid 1,000 Years song about that 100-year-old pedophile that dates a girl in high school. Nothing wrong with that. Fucking so bizarre. There we go. I started swinging my sword finally. Well, that's just how he landed, I guess. Sir, are you awake? Sir, I need directions to the nearest Starbucks to find a straight 7 or 8 girl that I could get to be in my really shitty sci-fi TV show about a whore in a titty outfit. Preferably her name is Tiffany, with like one too many F's. You know, she was born in one of those trailer parks or something. Has a lack of morals. Because stepdaddy got all up in her vajayjay or something. Oof. 3,000 experience. Fucking what a joke. Oh cool, I think it's time for another boss fight. Is this a gimmick boss? I can't remember. It's so weird, because in this game you come here to fight this boss to turn off this portal, and then like the enemies just keep coming and it doesn't explain why they're continuing to invade the world even though we shut the portal off. It's like, why did you put that in this game if you weren't gonna explain like why the enemies are still like fucking jizzing into this world with basically no fucking explanation at all? Because bad writing. That's my guess. Pretty much every boss has that kind of a move too, like the I just don't want you on me anymore moves, so they just flip you somewhere. Just hits me with its vagina or something. Why am I just stuck here on the floor? I guess it created a bunch of biological landmines made with some super sticky substance. Where the fuck was this lady at again? Need to go and kill her again. Yeah, the music does weird shit like that too sometimes, and I'm like, why did that just happen? I'm like, is there an enemy about to backstab me or something? I don't think that's the right way. Who even knows? My character model's just becoming like transparent because reasons. Just fading in and into the floor. But at least the nice thing is most of those tyrant enemies, once you've killed them, they don't just come back. Presumably because, I don't know, I have their heart, which renders it ineffective. Because we do give the hearts to some weirdo later. He gives us potions or something. Okay, I guess I was supposed to come up here. Like, I'm wearing a suit of armor, presumably made out of metal, and I just get lit on fire by one arrow that's on fire. What is this shit made out of? Fucking sodium? He shoots a fucking water arrow at pure sodium and I explode. That's interesting. What is even happening? She tried to fuck me. Discount Kellig from Dark Souls just tried to shove her dick in me. Is it a she? Does it have titties? I don't know. Is that what makes someone a woman? Titties? Apparently, if you wish to be viewed as a woman in society now, you just are a woman. Otherwise, whatever someone says to you, mispronouncing you is a criminal offense against the Lord. Which seems kind of bizarre to me. It's like when you have like a 6-year-old girl and she wants you to call her unicorn princess and that's now somebody's gender. I'm just like, maybe you should parent your child, actually. Jesus fucking Christ. Maybe I just don't get it because I'm old and the world has changed so much over the course of my life that new genders have been discovered. Oof. I'll take this as a souvenir. Give me your stone tablet. Why not? Fuck am I carrying it around for in my suit of armor? With no pockets. I've just got stone slabs up my ass. Ready to give to some random lady that I encounter. Because reasons. The sacred hallway. guess I have to go back to the beginning of the game. Because game padding. I love that when I get there, they're like, oh yeah, go back to the demon realm now. And then whenever you're done with whatever you did there, they're like, yeah, but now you need to go back to the human realm again because reasons. The game's story cannot progress unless we send you back and forth multiple times over. It's also kind of funny that I keep racking up additional potions. It's leading me to believe that I could presumably, like, max them out to, like, level 99 if I was stupid enough to play this game over and over again. Alright, since everything else that happens from here is backtracking, I'm just gonna call this an episode, and we will see you next time. Possibly later today. Well, it'll be tomorrow by that time, but we'll see what happens. Goodbye, bitches.